acute myeloproliferative disorder. So for your acute myeloproliferative disorder, okay, you do have this one. So first is acute myelogenous leukemia, your AML, wherein you do have a lot of classification as to FAB classification. Okay, your FAB MO, which is usually blast form. Okay, blast form pag M0. Okay, M0 is blast form. M1 without maturation. Without maturation. Okay? Pag M2 with maturation. Tandaan, with maturation ng 2, 1 is without, 0 blast lang ang nakikita. Okay? Next, your M3 is your acute promyelocytic leukemia. Okay? And your M4 is usually acute myelomonocytic. Myelomonocytic specific to your monocyte, okay, and some of your myelocyte, okay, AMML. Then acute monocytic leukemia or M5, that is monocyte lang. For erythroleukemia, also known as your digoglielmo, this is your M6. M6, 6 for E, binaliktad natin yung E, that is 6, G is 6. Okay? Then, acute megakaryocytic leukemia, your M7. M7, tandaan na lang natin, pinakamalaki megakaryocyte, pinakamalaking number is 7 for FABM. Then you have your bilineage leukemias and biphenotypic leukemias. Okay? So for this one, okay, they are unregulated proliferation of myeloid stem cells. So all of the myeloid cells are affected, such as your platelet, erythrocyte, granulocyte, and even monocytes are affected. Okay, they are usually classified using morphology, cytochemical stain, okay, and even your CD markers. Okay, the standard now is your WHO for diagnosis, but we could still know we should still know your FAB classification. Okay? Almost same naman um yung FAB and WHO classification when it comes to AML. Okay? Found mainly in middle age adults and also in children less than 1 year old. Okay? And clinical symptoms usually fever, malaise, weight loss, petechiae, bruises, or even mild hepatosplenomegaly could be present. Okay? In laboratory, neutropenia, okay, anemia, and thrombocytopenia could be seen since all of these are under your myelocytic series. Okay? And hypercellular marrow with bone marrow blast. So pagka WHO criteria, more than 20. Pagka PAB classification, more than 30. Okay? Yeah. So FAB-M0, which is blast, exhibit myeloid markers of CD13, 33, and 34, but stains, okay, negatively with MPO and SBB. Okay, sabi ko kanina, yung MPO natin and SBB are specific for myeloid precursors. Okay? But again, no, they cannot be stained by your SBB and MPO. Okay? This accounts for about less than 5% of your AML. Next, PAV-M1 or your AML without maturation, wherein this shows 90% or more marromyeloblasts may have our rods, okay, in their cytoplasm and fused which are the fused primary granules. So usually, myeloblast lang nakikita natin. Wala tayong mature one. Okay? M2, okay, less than 90% of the marrow myeloblast. Bakit less than 90% na? Kasi you have maturation na. And still, they have our rods. And usually, the abnormality is related to your genetic, okay, changes or mutations such as in chromosome 8, long arms 21. Okay? So, both M1 and M2 are SBB and MPO positive. Okay? And even specific esterase positive. Okay? For your PAB M1, this accounts PAB M1 and M2, this accounts around 50% of your AMN. And again, CD33 and 13 are positive. Next, acute promyelocytic leukemia, okay, PAB M3. So this is characterized for more than 30% marrow of promyelocyte with bundles of our rods or your phagot cells. Okay, they are having heavy azurophilic granulation, and again, your our rods are just composed of your azurophilic granules. Okay, and clinical symptoms usually severe bleeding, hepatosplenomegaly, and DIC. Okay? Because your promyelocyte have a procoagulant activity, meaning this plays a major role in your coagulation. That's why the dysfunction of your promyelocyte would have a great effect in your coagulation, producing severe bleeding and DIC in patient. This accounts for around 5% of AML, and it is SBB, MPO positive, and CD13 and 33. Usual abnormality in chromosome involved is your chromosome 5 and chromosome 15, long arms 17. For acute myelomonocytic leukemia, or AMML, PABM4. This is characterized by, okay, 20% for WHO and 30% for FAB, marrow myeloblast, and more than 20% cells of monocytic origin. Okay, kaya nga myelomonocytic, mas madaming monocyte. Pero meron pa rin involved ng other series in your myelocyte. May have our rods, but can you can also see that doesn't have any our rods at all. Then proliferation of unipotent stem cell, CFU-GM, that gives rise for both granulocyte and monocyte series. Okay, and this accounts for about 30% of your AML types. Okay, they could also be detected in urine with the utilization of your lysozyme, because it would manifest with increased serum or urine lysozyme. They are they are SBB and MPO positive, and okay, specific and non-specific esterase positive. So both is specific and unspecific, SBB and MPO positive. CD13, 33, and CD14. Bakit may CD14 ng kasama? Kasi si CD14 ay para kay monocytic series. Okay? And ME, sorry, M4EO is a subclass of your AML, which presents also with eosinophilia. Next, acute monocytic leukemia, or your AML, okay, which is FAB M5. Okay, characterized by 20% WHO, 30% for FAB, monoblast na tayo kasi specific for monocytes, and account for about 10% of your AML. It can be seen in two variants. Your A is seen in children and B in your middle-aged adult. Usually, your M5A is more than 80% monoblast in the bone marrow. Pag sa M5B naman, less than 80% in the bone marrow. Okay? So they are non-specific esterase positive and CD14 positive. Bakit CD14 lang? Kasi specific for monocyte. Okay. Next, acute erythroleukemia, or your Di Guglielmo syndrome, or FAB-M6. Okay? Characterized by approximately, more than 20% for WHO and 30% for FAB for myeloblast, and 50% dysplastic marrow normoblast, so including your RBCs. Excuse me. Okay? Account for 5% of AML. Okay? Um, Usually, the malignant normoblasts are staining pus positive or periodic acid shift positive, and they are also SBB and MPO or Sudan Black B or myeloperoxidase positive. Okay, then um, for malignant normoblasts, they stains positive or they are positive for CD45 and 71. Pag myeloblast naman, 13, 15, and 33, which is still seen in this type of acute myelogenous leukemia. For acute megakaryocytic leukemia or AMEG-L, FAB-M7, so characterized by a proliferation of megakaryoblast. Okay, an atypical megakaryocyte in the bone marrow, okay, wherein the blast may have cytoplasmic blebings. Okay, may blebing siya. They account for less than 1% of your AML, and the marrow aspiration results in dry tap, okay, and shows pancytopenia. So they are difficult to diagnose with cytochemical stain, okay, but they are CD41, 42, and 61 positive, which are your platelet marker. Again, 41, 42, and 61 for platelets. Next is chronic myeloproliferative disorders. So for chronic myeloproliferative disorder, this is characterized by hypercellular marrow, okay, and erythrocytosis with granulocytosis and thrombocytosis. Again, bakit meron cytosis dito sa kabila, cytopenia? Because it is in chronic form. And again, pag binalikan natin, acute is for blast cells or immature cells, and chronic is usually in mature cells. Kaya meron tayong increase of mature cells in this area, in this type. Okay? Defects of the myeloid stem cells. Okay? And usually, we can diagnose them with molecular diagnostic. Okay? Name for the cell line, mostly greatly affected, and all may terminate in acute leukemia. So possible silang mag-revert into acute leukemia in the long run. So they are usually, no, molecular diagnosis, we utilize your JAK2 oncogene for CML, okay? And your BCR ABL oncogene or for your Philadelphia chromosome. So for CML or chronic myelogenous leukemia, okay? Essential thrombocythemia, polycythemia vera, and chronic idiopathic myelofibrosis. So these are the one under your chronic myeloproliferative disorders. So for your CML or chronic myelogenous leukemia, usually they are found mainly in adults at around 45 years old of age and older. Okay? Often diagnosed secondary to other conditions. Kung hindi lang ma-check with other conditions, hindi malalaman yung diagnosis. Kasi nga, since chronic, matagal yung prognosis and also hindi ganon ka-severe ang manifestation agad-agad. Okay? So clinical symptoms, weight loss, splenomegaly, fever, night sweats, and malaise. Okay? So yan yung mga signs and symptoms natin. And in the bone marrow, it has an increased ME ratio. Okay? Myeloid to erythroid ratio. So mas madaming myeloid progenitor cells. Okay? Laboratory findings, blood findings include mild anemia and WBC between 50 and 500 times 10 raised to 9. Okay? And your CML can mimic neutrophilic glucoamide reaction. That's why, no, we utilize your staining procedure, your lab score for your CML in order to differentiate this. So, your lab score sa CML, mababa ang lab score. Pero pagka kay neutrophilic glucoamide reaction, mataas. Okay? Then this is associated with Philadelphia chromosome. Okay? Your Philadelphia chromosome is chromosome 9, long arms 22. Next, your essential thrombocythemia. So this is characterized by proliferation of megakaryocytes found mainly in adults, okay, around 60 years of age and older. And in laboratories, platelets commonly are greater than 1,000, kaya ang cythemia, tataas. Okay, in giant forms, and platelet function abnormality is seen and even leukocytosis. So, must be differentiated with reactive thrombocytosis and polycythemia vera, which also manifest with increased platelet count. So next is polycythemia vera, wherein malignant hyperplasia of the multipotent myeloid stem cells cause increase in all cell lines. Okay, specifically, your erythrocyte is the most greatly increased despite of the decreased EPO. So kahit hindi ka na nagpo-produce ng EPO or walang nagpo-produce ng EPO, gawa ka pa rin ng gawa ng RBC. That's why you could have inappropriate erythropoiesis. Okay? So during this time, you could have a high blood viscosity, so thick yung blood mo, and can cause high blood pressure, a stroke, and even heart attack. This is found in adults at around 50 years of age and older. And okay, on the laboratory diagnosis, they have increased RBC, okay, and hemoglobin and hematocrit, along with the increased leukocyte and platelets, which indicates usually polycythemia. Okay, so the RBC mass is increased, but the plasma volume remains normal. That's why you could have thick blood viscosity in this one. So must be differentiated into forms such as your secondary polycythemia and your relative or pseudo polycythemia. Next, chronic idiopathic myelofibrosis. So for this one, um, the myeloid stem cells, a disorder characterized by proliferation of erythroid, granulocytic, megakaryocytic precursor in the bone marrow. So you do have pancytosis, okay? And progressive marrow fibrosis. Okay. Kakaroon ng fibrosis sa marrow or scarring found in adults. So usually 50 years of age and older. And the clinical symptoms, usually bleeding can occur due to abnormal platelet function kahit meron kang madaming platelet. And hepatomegaly, which is again related in the production of your coagulation factors. Okay? Next, laboratory. You could observe anisocytosis, poikilocytosis, and teardrop cell. Okay, leukoerythroblastic anemia, which is immature neutrophils and nucleated RBC seen in the circulation, and abnormal morphology associated with all cell lines. So that's your chronic idiopathic myelofibrosis. So lahat ng cell ay abnormally increased and usually the function is also abnormal. Next is myelodysplastic syndrome or your MDSS. Okay, this is a group of acquired clonal disorder affecting the pluripotent stem cells, wherein this is characterized by progressive blood cytopenias despite of your bone marrow hyperplasia. So kahit madami nag-overproduce ang bone marrow mo or active ang bone marrow mo, you could still have decreased number of cells. Okay. They could have a dyspoesis affecting your erythroid, myeloid, and megakaryocytic lineage. Okay, wherein a high incidence of terminating in acute myelogenous leukemia can occur. And your MDS development can be triggered by chemotherapy, radiation, and even chemicals. They are usually found in adults, older adults, and rarely found in children and young adults. And they have hematopoietic evidence of dyspoesis. So we already discussed this during your um, normocytic anemia. Okay, normocytic anemia. Pero pasadahan ulit natin. Okay? Refractory anemia, So this deals with the anemia that is refractory, not responsive to therapy. So laboratory, oval macrocytes, and reticulocytopenia. With this erythropoiesis, bone marrow blast, and peripheral blast of around 1%. Pag-RARS or refractory anemia with ring sideroblast. Ring sideroblast is composed of more than 15 bone marrow nucleated cell, sign of this erythropoiesis and neutropenia. And in laboratory, this is similar to RA or refractory anemia. They have dimorphic erythrocytes, and this is a primary idiopathic sideroblastic anemia, okay, discussed with the anemias natin. Okay? And then for your CMML or chronic myelomonocytic leukemia, so the one MDS that is usually present with leukocytosis. Okay, kasi there is R, decrease in leukocyte. Okay, and usually the laboratory bone marrow blast is around 5 to 20%, and the peripheral blood blast is usually less than 5. And absolute monocytosis is observed, which is greater than 1 times 10 raised to 9 in count. Next, your refractory anemia with excess blast or your RAEB, wherein this is a tri-lineage cytopenia, which is common, and laboratory tests can be done via bone marrow and peripheral blast analysis, and same as with CMML, but there is no absolute monocytosis. So ito ay nagkakaroon ng decrease. All three cell lineage. Okay? The higher the blast percent, the worse the prognosis for your RAEB. Okay? So RAEB-T, this is refractory anemia with excess blast in transformation. Okay? A laboratory on laboratory, bone marrow blast is more than 20% but less than 30%, and the peripheral blast is around 5%. Where in WHO classification, we assign your RAEB as an acute leukemia instead of the myelodysplastic syndrome because of the bone marrow blast percent, okay, that cannot meet your myelodysplastic syndrome. Next is refractory cytopenia with multilineage dysplasia. So this is the new name of your myelodysplastic syndrome with multilineage dysplasia. Okay, characterized by one or more cytopenias, dysplasia in two or more myeloid cell lines. Okay, and more more cytopenias, okay, are seen, and dysplasia in two or more myeloid cell lines. Less than 1% ang percent na blast in the PBS and less than 5% in the bone marrow. So, myeloblasts do not contain any our rods. So, if our rods are noted, this disorder is classified as MDS with excess blast 2. Okay? Median survival is around 20 to 38 months with 10 to 12% risk of transformation into acute myelocytic leukemia within 5 years. And lastly, for your myelodysplastic syndrome is your 5q deletion syndrome, wherein deletion of 5q is a rare form of myelodysplastic syndrome and can remain stable for many years, causing few symptoms. May progress rapidly into different subtypes of MDS or forms into acute leukemia, and this is not very common. So that's all.